oftentimes I've had this experience where I had someone like walk up to me and talk about someone, like have criticisms about someone, and then maybe I agree to it. Yeah, I kind of noticed that about this person, and not, maybe nothing, add really nothing new, but just kind of, reiterate what they're saying and my observations about what they maybe have done or said, or what kind of person they are, or how they're not very pleasant to be around. And then go from that to that person we're talking about all of a sudden confronts me because the person who came up and initiated the conversation, who, brought up their gripes about this person, the one that I, had the conversation with, goes to the person that we're talking about, the very same person that they brought up the topic on, and come on guys, let's go, and tells them like I'm the one that said it, like I'm the one that just pulled it out of the air and said it out of the clear blue. Like, hey, so-and-so told me about what you said, and about this or that about me, and what's the deal, man? What's the deal? When it's the person that told me, that went to them to tell them what I said, was the one who actually started talking about them. And that's like an oldest trick in the book. And what I always think is so hilarious is when someone like who's older tries it. Like they'll come up and say, I can't stand when they do this and that. And I always know, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Because when a minute I say, well, yeah, a couple times they got under their skin when they did this, and this, and I didn't like this about them, and I never liked that about them. And, thinking I'm just agreeing with them. And they run to the person that they brought that they brought up in the topic and tell them like I just said it out of the clear blue. And it's like the oldest trick in the book. And people still do it. I'll be honest, I fell for it one time. A guy said, well, what's this deal about you saying this? And I said, well, I don't know. He's the one that brought it up. And I just kind of, thought, well, yeah, maybe there is a couple places where, I seen some of that. And then he came to you and told you like I just said it out of the clear blue. And he's the one that actually brought up the topic and put the idea in my head, and came up with his objections about you. So party A comes to me, tells me about something that party B is doing. I'm party C, okay? And then I agree with party A. Then party A goes to party B and tells it like party C, which is me, said it in the first place. I don't know. Has anybody ever had that happen? Would that be called baiting? Is that baiting? I don't know. But I mean, I learned not to fall for it. And like I say, it's real sad when someone does it. I notice that usually it comes from like older guys. A lot of older guys typically try to do it. Like a lot of times it's like, I'm not doing what they want me to do. I'm not goofing up, or I'm not causing any issues. I'm just staying in my lane, and they come up and start something and bring up someone else and bring up what they don't like about them. And then if I fall for it and agree with them, maybe add what my experience was, my negative experience was, then they run to that person and tell them like I just came up and said it out of nowhere. When it's the person that's tattletaling that actually said it, that brought it up in the first place, that started that ball rolling. And that's why I always notice it's like usually older men that do this. I don't know. I just kind of thought that's kind of a weird sociological phenomenon. And I don't know what the term is. I'm not sure if there's even if there's a technique term for it. I'm sure there's a slang for it, or I don't know if it's called double baiting or something, or maybe there's some term that they brought up about it. But it's an old. But I found that out a few times. One time I fell for it, and I learned another time recently. Don't say nothing. I know what this guy's trying to do. Don't say nothing. He's bringing up one of the someone that they don't like, and they're saying something about him, and they want me to say something in agreement with them. And as soon as I agree with them and add my 2 cents, they're just going to run up to that person that they're talking crap about, like I'm the only one that was talking, like I'm the one that brought them up, and then let me explain away. And what I usually do is I usually say, well, they're the one that brought you up. He came to me and told me, this, and this about you, and maybe there is some things that I think you should work on. And maybe I'm in agreement with him off of a couple of those things, but he's the one that brought it up. Maybe you ought to go talk to him. He's the one that seemed to have a gripe with you. I don't know why he's going to you and saying what I said when he's the one that brought it up. And I'm the one that actually put him on. I'm the one that'll put him out there. So I don't know, just one of those odd little quips. And in the meantime, I'll try to find out what it is and put it in the description. But it's really, really bizarre. And I just noticed a lot of times it's older men that try it. I think it's more of an advanced technique that's used. And I don't know if it's because they want to create a rift, or they want to create I think what it is they're trying to get they're trying to make me have a bad impression on another person. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get away and do that. So I don't know. It's been a while since I did any videos, so I just thought I'd bring that up. It's a little bit of just something I was just thinking about. Just a really weird sociological phenomenon that occurs from time to time, and I don't know. Just nobody ever brings it up. Nobody ever talks about it. But if you had it happen one time, it's real easy to pick up on the riffs and their little riffs in their voice when they know that they're trying to set me up. When they're bringing up someone out of the clear blue, usually someone in authority, and they're trying to get me to talk. And I'll be honest, I'll rat them out because they're the ones that stirred up the crap. So the regular rules are out the door. I'll say, yeah, they're the ones that started it. They're the ones that came up to me, and they're the ones that baited me into saying it. And maybe you ought to go address them, because maybe you shouldn't have someone running around causing problems. And yeah, if it happened, I happen to think a little bit along the same lines. Well, maybe that's something you and I need to work on. Maybe there's a breakdown in our communication that maybe we should address. But I would address this first. I'd go up to him first, because he's the one that started talking crap first. That's how I roll. But at this point, it doesn't matter, because I won't fall for it again, because most of the time I can pick up when they're doing it. And even if they're not doing it, I still won't say nothing, just out of, because I stay in my lane. I don't run around doing the politics, And it's this modern world. I don't deal with things the way I used to deal with them. I deal with things administratively. I've said that before. I have a team. I have an attorneys. I have a accountant. I have a team. I have a fiduciary. And I can fall back on these things, on these people. I can fall back on these people to see me through problems. And it's just best that I stay in my lane. I've learned that. Stay in my lane. And that's that. All right. So of course, occasionally I'll give a couple commentaries and hypotheticals and things like that, but for the most part, I'm not getting into the fray. I keep my mind focused on my goals, focused on my returns, focused on what I want. So don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. That's all in the saying right there. I'm the one that honestly, I am the one that coined that saying. If you don't worry about the haters, there's this big long thing, and some people put on a t-shirt. I thought, well, that's something simpler. Don't worry about the haters, just let the haters worry about you. And that's what I do. I don't worry about the haters. I just live in their head and let them eat themselves up on the inside, and I just go do my thing. And if someone's got an issue, they got an issue, let them have the issue. Let them have the issue, because while they're focusing on that, I move ahead. Right? You know? And don't get me wrong. If it's an unfair playing field, maybe I will do something, administratively about that. But for the most part, life isn't fair. So if it's not fair, if it's an uneven playing field, it's an uneven playing field. But that's no big deal, I mean, if I was going to go climb a mountain, obviously I wouldn't be on an uneven playing field there. I'd be on a very rocky, turbulent playing field, going up a mountain, trying to get over a mountain, right? So, there's some things I can't control. There's some things I can't administratively control or do anything about. And if that's the case, that's the case. So what? I'm just going to do the best I can and do what I do, and it's all good. At one time, I was actually obsessed with a fair marketplace, but the fair marketplace is a myth, and that's why I don't believe in communities. That's why I believe in markets, because there's a market does its function. A community can be skewed any way that people in charge of a community can skew it. Markets are more composed of people doing what they do every day, and everybody kind of comes together for a fair transaction and goes home. That's a marketplace. So don't worry about the haters. Just let the haters worry about you. See you guys on the next one.